Let's talk about emotional dysregulation and the stigma attached to it and to forms of neurodiversity in general. Now, I have suffered all my life from emotional dysregulation. Sometimes I've felt completely out of control in terms of my emotional response to certain things and situations. But the more I learn about myself, the more I learn about neurodiversity and the spectrum as a whole, the less guilt and shame I feel. And I realize it's only that level of guilt and shame I felt is how others have made me feel for certain things. And let's be honest, in general, those with additional educational needs have always had um, stigma attached because of social situations and how other people respond to things as additional educational needs, emotional dysregulation. I noticed since being more open, honest about being neurodivergent, there has been a change in certain individuals that aren't really prevalent in my life. I noticed that certain individuals have distanced themselves from me. It has impacted, unfortunately, my career. It has impacted my social life at times. I've noticed that in the acting industry, unfortunately, since yet again being open and honest, I've seen fewer opportunities. I'm not being seen or cast as much as I used to when I was typically masking or not really being forthcoming. I remember being in a casting workshop and actually asking an honest question of a casting director: will being open and honest about being neurodiverse impact my castability? And they were just really honest and said, I don't know. At the moment, we've got a long way to go in the industry. I appreciate that truth. But without coping mechanisms, tools in terms of, regulation, maybe medical support and help, it makes those who are diagnosed and not receiving the treatment, and those who aren't diagnosed at this point officially, who are struggling with additional educational needs, it makes life for them very difficult. And yet again, there is that lack of understanding for SEN and what causes emotional dysregulation that we need to address more. And wet cement kind of looks at, well, not kind of, it does. It delves into this issue in a lot more depth.